We are live on YouTube. We're just a little under 10 minutes to go before the activation of 1.8 on the EOS Mainnet. We've got all of the top 21 on the line. We had previously all gathered 2 hours prior to activation. We gathered to make sure everyone was on board, go for launch. We have received the go. So if you're watching now, we are again we're live about a little less than 10 minutes before activation. EOS Lao Mao is standing by to hit the activation button on the mark. And we're all now on the line, kind of waiting for that moment, and here to make sure everything goes smoothly and to react in case it doesn't. So yeah, we are live on YouTube. I'll share the link in here in case you guys want to share. Oh, it looks like Michael has done that already. Thank you. So feel free to spread the word. And yeah, so we've got 7 minutes to go. Does anyone have any questions, comments, concerns, words of encouragement? Like I said, we've been coordinating this for the past 3 months. I think we're about as ready as we can. We've been meeting every Tuesday, every week, getting everyone on board. Again, we all met 2 hours ahead of activation, and things are looking green. Everyone has given the go, and we're excited to upgrade. We've got comments in the chat. Go EOS, go, go, go. Ready to launch. Everyone's ready, excited.
Yeah, I suggest for several teams so to start making snapshot. So if something weird happen, we have some latest, we can find the latest snapshot.
Right, if we have multiple teams doing snapshots, short time apart, as small gaps as possible. So in case of something going wrong, we can roll back to the most recent snapshot.
I made one 20 minutes ago if needed.
We've got one 20 minutes ago from Sweden. Has anyone else been taken?
Winland, if you could translate that, that'd be great. I think that the more different variations of snapshots would be good.
OK。现在马上就要开始升级了嘛，然后大家可以独立的去做一些 snapshot， 就打 snapshot， 然后如果说一旦出现特别异常的情况的话，我们可以找到最新的 snapshot， 然后恢复。然后Eric from EOS Sweden 他们会正在打。然后应该是1到2分钟打一个 snapshot。
We also offer some snapshots, but as I said, it would be good if multiple people have them.
Yeah.
So that we're not relying on just 2 or 3 people.
多个人打可能会更好一点。Yeah, we just did our snapshot a few minutes ago.
Excellent. So we're 4 minutes away.
4 minutes till go time. Lao Mao, you got your finger on the button?
Yeah, we're ready. And I want to quit.
I just want to give a very special thanks to Zhao Yu and Dafeng. I don't know if Dafeng's on the call. Zhao Yu has been instrumental in getting this coordinated on the Asian side of things for the past 3 months. So thank you very much, Zhao Yu.
I'm on. Thank you.
It's a joint effort.
It's a good teamwork.
Yeah, we've had lots of engagement from BPs across the board joining every week, making sure everyone's ready, helping us spread the word to developers and exchanges. I think I saw Michael from EOS USA on every single call that we had since June.
I missed one because I was on family vacation.
We're gonna hold you to that one.
That's all right. I don't have any votes you can take from me, so do your horse.
But no, Michael's been very good. It's true. We started these calls early in June, and we've been having them weekly. And obviously, a big thank you as well to Daniel, who's been leading this, leading up to this date that many thought that wasn't going to happen. So thank you very much, Daniel.
It's been an honor. I'm really excited to see 1.8 launched and all of the benefits it brings to EOS and hopefully soon voice.
Yeah, voice.
The big feature for those of you not aware, those maybe watching on YouTube, that 1.8 enables is for DApps to delegate bandwidth for their users. So that's a huge win for the user experience on EOS. That means as a DApp, if you're willing to pay the cost, if you have enough resources to cover all the usage on your smart contract, users can interact with your DApp for free. They don't have to have any resources of their own. So that's going to be a big part of what enables, I think, mass adoption on EOS, and a big part of what's necessary for voice, for example. That's a feature that they'll be using because Block One will be making it free for users to use their DApp, the new social network that will hopefully compete with Facebook and allow users to own their own data in a decentralized way on the EOS Mainnet.
So we're about 1 minute away at this point.
Yeah.
30 seconds.
30 seconds. Zhao Yu is waiting to push that button.
Really
are you gonna press it like right at the minute, or maybe wait half a minute or a minute just to make sure?
Yeah, I can wait.
Do it.
I'm and yeah, so I see we've got multiple options for snapshots.
Button pressed.
All right, yeah, it is the hour. So technically, we can hit the activation button anytime now. Everyone,
It's already been pressed.
it's already been pressed. What are you seeing? The chain is still live.
Yeah, from the log, it's okay.
I'm not getting any more blocks on one of my nodes.
Is that your 1.7 node?
183 ZMQ.
I will check the monitor.
My other node, my 1.81 is syncing.
Check the peers of the one that's not syncing. Who are they peers
Yeah, I
with?
just pulled an updated list from Nation's Validate site. It was syncing up until now. I'm just getting failed to connect to Asia. It looks like over and over. I'll bounce it and see if it helps.
哎，赵宇，它怎么能够验证说你已经激活了？在新的共识上面，
它有一个 API 的，然后马上到我们出块的，出块之后，
我 Q 到，
到了吗？
Yeah, seems like we made it. There's the
OK，能查出来就算 OK 了，对吧 ？Rosan 已经发了一下那个。
Yeah, I'm getting a whole bunch of FC exceptions, processing chain, push transactions.
等到你出块，然后再进 live， 对吧？
Am I the only one where my nodes are having sync issues? Everybody else getting blocks like they're supposed to?
已经出来了。
Works nicely here.
It seems to be working on my end.
Here. Are you going to activate the protocol features today?
No plan, I think.
No plan. Okay. I mean, no sense delaying that, I don't think, is there?
Yeah, do we want to discuss the deployment of protocol features at this point? Maybe keep an eye on, make sure everything's running smoothly.
Yeah.
And then that will require an MSIG, and we've got a whole bunch of people on the line here, so it's a good opportunity for us to rally everyone around signing that MSIG.
So for now, do we have finished the test on replicating and fraudulence testnet? No.
Yeah, I mean the other features which will require MSIG to activate, we haven't tested on Kylin yet.
Okay.
So yeah.
We've been running them all on Jungle for 6 months or 3 months or so. Some contracts do have trouble with them. There are some things like charging RAM to another account when you do an inline action to yourself that can trip up some contracts. But we've been running it on Jungle without any major problems for a while.
What we've been communicating to the DApp developers is that we're going to be doing the activation today, but there's no set date for the smart contract, which could impact some DApp smart contracts. So I don't know if we want to give some time to ensure that all of the DApps have updated their smart contracts accordingly. Because I know there are some incompatibilities with these protocol features.
They shouldn't be seeing anything now. There's probably some weird edge cases where they will fail, but didn't fail under 1.7, but I think it's quite unlikely. It's going to be very rare, I think.
There are some issues or people reporting that APIs are stuck. It is possible that those APIs are pointing to 1.7 something or 1.6. So if people approach you, ensure that they're actually pointing to 1.8.
I would say this as well, though. Both of I had a 1.83 and a 1.81, and both of them were pissed off until I restarted Node OS. They both resynced, and now they're golden. But
are you sure
both of them were ready to rock and roll, and both of them fell on their face.
Are you sure you weren't paired to 1.7 nodes?
That seems to be the issue. I mean, some people are still pointing to older nodes.
Yeah, if you're only connected to 1.7s and you're running 1.8, then yeah, you're going to die with them. So just make sure you're connected to some good 1.8 nodes.
So I can confirm that many people who are monitoring this are seeing movement. And so the people that are not seeing movement, as you said, Michael, maybe restart and or ensure that you're not pointing to 1.7 or previous nodes.
Correct. And I didn't change the peer list. So if, like say, if I was talking to a 1.7, it's still in my peer list and it's okay now. But both of them immediately froze and wouldn't process.
You might not have been connected to all of the peers in your peer list, though. You may have dropped down to a couple which were only 1.7, and then when you restarted, it connected to the 1.8.
Correct. Well, like I say, I mean, I think that may be what some of the APIs may be hung up on, because I don't know if there's any way. I mean, we could probably use the reports from Validate Nations, but how do you know what the peer is?
哎，赵宇，后续的那些 feature 就是单个的启动一个，然后我们就配置一个，是吧？
用那个 MSIG 多签的方式 ，Top 21大家多签一下就能一个一个的激活。然后之前我们给出去的 PR 或者说我们给 DApp 的同步的信息，就是今天我们只是做一个激活，这些新功能的开启，接下来 陆陆续续在做，因为影响面不一样，有的是可能对合约有影响。
我是觉得是说他们把这个形式做成开关的形式的话，那就是说哪些要开起来，哪些不开起来，这应该有一个社区的一个公投吧，而不是说只是一个 BP 的一个。
反正就是今天应该是不需要这么着急去做的，虽然在 Jungle 上已经测了很久，他们那些
对我们应该先选出来说
，App 都不一样嘛，跟 Jungle 上。
我们应该决定怎么样去启用哪些 feature 和不启用哪些 feature， 对吧？
对，我觉得这个今天可能讨论不出结果，我的意思是，
我们可以把这个问题抛出来嘛，先把第一步就怎样 how 做了，然后后面我们再决定什么时候升级不同的方案嘛，对吧
？OK.
So how about maybe we can get the answer, but I think we thought think about how to choose which feature we should enable in the EOS Mainnet. And then we can choose a time to do the proposals and enable the features in EOS Mainnet.
I mean, before activation, we have communicated with the DApp developers and exchanges, told them that we only do activation today, and other protocols will be activated later. So, yeah, I think it's all for today, maybe.
I agree with that, Xiaoyu. And we can also use the channels that we already have set up to discuss which features would be activated when.
Yes, also in the EOS Mainnet group.
So I don't think there are any issues with activating them, but we should keep that at that today, just to run this for a while, ensure everything is stable.
Yeah.
Better safe than sorry.
So for the subsequent updates, do we go through the referendum, or we just discuss in the channel and decide by the top 30 block producers?
Yeah, I don't think there's need for referendum, but we have the channels open on both WeChat and Telegram. All of the top 21, top 30 are all there. It's just a matter of proposing an MSIG and getting everyone to sign that MSIG.
I mean, what's the argument for not just deploying them all? Because most of them actually have zero problems whatsoever, because they're just making something objective failure, which was a subjective failure. And then there's the new features.
I think it's more of a communication.
Yes.
Well, the communication so far has been that when we activate 1.8, all of these features will be available for everybody to use. But it doesn't seem that's the case now.
I don't think that was the communication though.
I'll share the communication, and that's.
I mean, it seems to be what people think. Not necessarily what was officially communicated, but I think the general opinion is that contracts will be able to pay, etc., as soon as 1.8 is activated. So I'm not saying don't do it all today, but I'm saying it should be fairly soon that we activate these features.
Oh, yeah.
I don't see any major problems with any of them, to be honest.
I don't think there's any need to delay for sure, but it doesn't have to be immediately, right? As soon as we've activated. I think it's prudent to keep an eye, monitor it, and it could be in the next day or two. I wouldn't see any issue with that. We don't specify. So if I guess I shared the link to the communication in the Zoom chat here. What was communicated was that the pre-activate feature would happen on September 23rd. Additional features would be activated later, which may impact your smart contract. Developers should review carefully, test on a test net, make sure changes don't impact their DApp. EOS contracts version 1.7 may also be deployed later. But again, we didn't get specific. So later could be, later that day, later tomorrow.
We have to deploy contracts 1.7.
Got some issues. Bitfinex is dropping blocks, so anyone can contact them.
Is Bitfinex on the line?
Paolo was on the line earlier. Paolo, are you still online? However, Bitfinex has been missing blocks quite frequently in the last couple of days. They've just recently upgraded their hardware. So it's most likely unrelated to this.
Yeah, it seems Bitfinex, new DEX.
So Bitfinex and Nudex account for roughly 95% of the missed blocks in the last week.
I
give
see
or take.
Neil on the line. Are you
Neil?
seeing anything on your end to account for the missed blocks for new decks?
The rank of VP is changing.
We think we fixed the problem, and we will keep watching.
Okay.
Yeah, Bitfinex is now dropped out. I see that.
This is the directed method.
They were voted down.
Yeah, I see that. They're now number 22 in the ranks.
Mm-hmm.哎，赵宇，刚才那个 Michael 说他们怎么样在那测试网上去测试他们的 feature 了吗？
对，就是还是那个观点，就是我们之前刚才达峰也说了，我们之前跟社区沟通的是今天就是只是激活一下，然后
对，
这周是可以把所有功能都给放上去的。
所有都放吧，我觉得所有都放是不是有点什么
？Anyway， 反正就是大家继续沟通，然后把那个 MC 给一提，大家甚至连会都不用开，直接 approve 一下就可以了。
其实我是建议国庆后再搞的。
国庆后对，
我们现在搞的话，一堆这个 DApp 开发者。
对，你可以稍微提一下，达峰，你可以稍微提一下，我们这边有个重大的节日。
对，至少是2周以后。
So one thing is, we have I think the biggest holiday in China, from October 1st, and if we were to pushing the contract updates, I think we need to give a little bit more time.
2 weeks. 2 weeks
later. Like 2 weeks
later.
Realistically,
it's the 21's prerogative for when they want to do this. Everything else is just a suggestion from everybody else.
Yeah, I'm just pointing out the fact that there's a huge holiday and people are starting to take days off starting this week. So it's something to consider.
Let me just throw in there that Bitfinex produced nicely this round. So it's probably the 183 dropped block issue, where their node probably stalled for a while.
Mm-hmm.
So it's looking so far like this was a success. Congrats, guys. Let's keep our eyes on it though. So that sounds like the suggestion so far is 2 weeks from now is when we would be upgrading the contracts and the other features of 1.8. Is that right? Or 2 weeks following the holiday?
Yeah, I think that's the 2 weeks later, and in the 3rd week we can make some announcement or start some proposals to wait for BPs to approve.
So is the concern that if, for example, the features were to be activated tomorrow and the contracts loaded tomorrow as an example, that monitoring them for 1 week until October 1st is not long enough? Is that the concern?
I mean, it might impact the app developers, and they might have not enough time to upgrade their contracts. So that's just a concern.
And just
Or
to
maybe-
reiterate what Michael said as well, the contracts have been loaded on Jungle now for several months with no reported severe or any type of issues.
Yes.
We
I mean-
can have a poll. I think we should have a poll and then have the BPs decide what is the time. We don't have to do it in this call. So propose a few times and have people vote on them.
Yeah, that's a good idea. So we can send the poll in the WeChat group, and then communicate back the results.
Yep.
We can take care of that today. We can post it in the WeChat group as well as in the Mainnet BP group.
Yeah.
Do we want to discuss the proposed dates now that we would put in that poll?
I think the idea would be as soon as possible would be one option. Another option would be upon return of holiday. I don't see three options unless somebody sees a third option.
Sounds about right to me.
So I have another call to join, so I need to leave, but you guys can prepare the poll and I'll vote for them tonight.
Okay.
Great.
Say special thanks to Dafeng. Yeah, special thanks to Dafeng and Zhao Yu.
Yeah, you guys have really helped pull this together for the top 21.
It's good teamwork. All right, thanks, guys.
Thank you, and we will announce what comes out of the WeChat poll. You can keep an eye on eosnation.io/upgrade. We'll post the results there. If you're watching on YouTube, we'll post it on all our socials, and I'm sure everyone else on this call will share as well. We'll share it in EOS Mainnet BPs on Telegram, so that everyone has access to that information that we can spread. Make sure that all of the DApp developers and exchanges are aware of the decision.
Yeah.
Any other final thoughts before we wrap this call up?
So let me translation. 大家
Sure.
还有没有其他问题要问的？如果说没有的话，我们这次会议就到这了。然后 Nation 他们会去把这次的那个升级啊，还有一些公告都发出来。
Okay, last question. So do we need to activate the full node, or we only need to update our own, like the BP node, to get active protocol phases? Yeah.
You have to upgrade all your nodes to 1.8.
Both.
Both.
都需要升级。
Yeah.
Okay.
Anything on 1.7 will be forked out, won't be able to communicate with the network.
Okay. Thanks, you and Nation. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Danny. Thanks.
Thank you, guys. Yeah, thanks everyone for cooperating.
Thank you very
Okay.
much, guys.
Cooperation. Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Okay. Bye bye.
Thanks so
Bye-bye.
much for organizing. Take care.
Take care.